Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum student. Today I'm going to solve IGCSE Mathematics Paper 4, Variant 3, May June 2025. Before starting this paper, I request you please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon button. Let's start question number 1 of this paper. Question 1. Find the median of these number. Median is the middle value of the data. Look here, the middle value here are two middle value 11 and 13. To take the median of these two middle value, we will take the average of these two values. The average of these two value will be 11 plus 13 over 2, and this will be equal to 24 over 2, and this is equal to 12, and 12 is the median. Now we move to question number 2. Question number 2, in triangle ABC, AC 21 meter, BC 15.9 meter, using ruler and compass only, complete the scale drawing of triangle. Scale 1 centimeter to represent 3 meter. The side AB is drawn for you. Look here, this is the length AB, and here the AC is 21 meter, BC 15.9 meter. To draw the triangle, we will draw the line AC and BC according to the scale. Scale here is 1 centimeter, represent 3 meter. Therefore, 1 meter will be equal to 1 over 3 centimeter. And therefore, we will convert the length AC from meter to centimeter, and this length 21 meter, we will divide the 21 meter by 3, it will convert into centimeter, and this 21 over 3 equal to 7 centimeter. We will do the same process here. The length 15.9 meter, we will divide this value by 3, we get the value in centimeter. This will be equal to 5.3. After getting the length AC and BC in centimeter, for this draw the length AC to 7 centimeter, we will draw the arc of length 7 centimeter, taking the center A. Look here, this is the compass, digital compass, and the length here is 7 centimeter, and this length 7 centimeter, we will draw arc by taking the center A. And this arc, look here, this is the arc of 7 centimeter, and next we will draw arc of 5.3, taking B as a center. Both arcs intersect at this point. This point is C, and we will join this intersecting points to the end point of line AB, first end point. We will join the intersecting point C to A, and then we will join the intersecting point from C to B, and we get a triangle ACB. Question number 3, from this list, write down a natural number. Look here, the natural number here is 23. We write 23. Next, irrational number. Look here, the square root of non-perfect square value. Non-perfect square value here is 15, and the square root of 15 would be the irrational number, and therefore we write square root 15 here. Next question, the question number 4, the diagram shows a pentagon made from two congruent trapezium. The area of pentagon is 130.2 centimeter square. Look here, this is the trapezium 1, first trapezium, and this is second trapezium. We name it as trapezium 1 is A1, and this trapezium we name it as A2. Area of pentagon would be equal to area of pentagon would be equal to area of trapezium A1 plus area of trapezium A2. When we add these area of trapezium A1, A2, we get the area of pentagon. The area of pentagon here is 130.2 centimeters square, and area of trapezium 1 and area of trapezium 2 both are concurrent. Therefore, we can write 2 times of area of trapezium A1. Formula of area of trapezium is 1/2 into sum of parallel sides into height. 2 would be cancelled. Sum of parallel side, here are these two parallel side, 11.4, and x, you can write this, x plus 11.4 into height is the distance between these two parallel side. Look here, this length will be equal to 14/2 because the total length is 14, therefore the half of 13 will be 7, we write 7. And this will be equal to 130.2. And we will divide 130.2 by 7. This will be equal to x plus 11.4. And this value will be equal to 130.2 divided by 7. This will be equal to 18.6. We write here is 18.6 equal to x plus 11.4. And then we will shift x point 4, 11.4 from right to left side. It becomes x equal to 18.6 minus 11.4, and this x will be equal to 7.2, and this is the answer. Question number 5, part A. Question 5, part A, convert 780 centimeter square into meter square. Look here, when we convert the value from centimeter square to meter square, we have to divide the value by 100 into 100. Look here, this value is 780 divided by 100 into 100 is 10,000. This value convert into meter square. And this will be equal to 0.078 meter square. Next part B, convert 0.037 meter cube into centimeter cube. Look here, we have to convert this value from meter cube to centimeter cube. When we have to convert the value meter cube into centimeter cube, we have to multiply this value by 100 into 100 into 100. It means 1,000, and therefore we can write 0.037 into 1,000. This value convert into centimeter cube, and this value will be equal to 37,000 centimeter cube, and this is the answer. Question number 6. One titanium atom has mass 7.95 into 10 power 23 gram. Calculate the number of titanium atom in 1 kg. Look here, 7.95 into 10 power minus 23 grams. The number of atom here is 1 atom, and we have to calculate the number of atom in 1 kg. Therefore, firstly, we will calculate the number of atom in 1 gram. The number of atom in 1 gram, this will be equal to 1 over 7.95 into 10 power minus 23 atoms. And in 1 kg means 1000 gram. In the 1000 gram, the number of atom would be equal to 1000 multiplied by 1 over 7.95 into 10 power minus 23. And we can calculate the value by using the calculator. Look here, 1000 divided by 7.95 into 10 power minus 23. And this will be equal to 1.25 into 10 power 25. We can write this 1.257 into 10 power 25, and 3SF value, it would be 1.26, into 10 power 25 atoms. This is the answer. Question 7, universal set. Here is x such that x is an integer, x from 1 to 12. E is the set of even numbers. M is the set of multiple of 3. Find number of element in set M. Look here. This is the universal set. 1, 2, 3, 12. First 12 integer value we will write here. Next, E is the set of even number. These even number from 1 to 12 number. We will select the even number from this universal set. These even number would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. The set M will be multiple of 3. Here are 3, 6, 9, 12. And next we will calculate the number of element of set M. Here the number of element of set M here are 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, the answer is N of M is 4. Next, write down E intersection M. E intersection M are the common element between E and M. Look here. The common element between E and M here are 6, 12. Therefore, we write E intersection M 6 and 12. Next, pi belongs to E union M dash. We have to write E union M dash. Before writing the E union M dash, we will write the E union M. Look here, E union M are the element of E and M. These elements are 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12. And the element of E union M dash will be the element of universal set, exclude the elements of E union M. These elements would be 1, 5, 7, 11. These are the element of E union M dash. Therefore, the elements Y belongs to E union M dash. It would be 1 or 5 or 7 or 11. These any one of the elements you can write here. Next question number 8. Factorize 28xy minus 12x. To factorize this expression, we will take the common. Here the common here is 4x. Therefore, this value 28xy become 7y, and we will divide 12 by 4, we get 3. Therefore, we write minus 3. And next, take another common. Therefore, we write minus 3 only. Therefore, the 7x into 7y minus 3 is the answer. Next, part B, factorize y minus 6 plus 2xy minus 3. To factorize this, we will arrange this expression. We will write y minus 3, and next we can write plus 2xy minus 6x. After arranging this, we will take common first two values and then last two values. The common here y and minus 3 is no value is a common. Therefore, we take 1 as a common. Therefore, we can write this expression 1 into y minus 3. Next is the common between 2xy and 6x. Here is the common is 2x. Therefore, we can write this last two value y minus 3. And look here, again y minus 3 is a common. We write y minus 3 into 1 plus 2x. And this is the factorization of this expression. Question 9, part A. Simplify 5x power 5 into x power 5y into 7x cube into y square. Firstly, we will multiply 5 into 7. This value becomes 30. 5 times 7 is 35. Next, x power 5 into x power 3, it becomes 5 x power 5 plus 3. And this y power 1 into y square, this value become y power 1 plus 2. And therefore, we can write this 35 into x power 8 y cube. And this is the simplification of this question. Next part B, 7 power n equal to fifth root of 7. Find the value of n. We can write 7 power n equal to fifth root of 7. We can write this 7 whole power 1 over 5. Look here, the base of left and right side is same, therefore we will equalize the power. Therefore n equal to 1 over 5, and this is the answer. Next question number 10, expand and simplify. Part A, 2x minus x into 5 minus x square. Now we will expand this expression. 2x we write as it is, and we will expand x into 5 minus x square. Therefore, we will multiply x into 5 and then x into x square. Therefore, minus x into 5, it become minus 5x. Minus x into minus x square, it become plus x cube. 2x minus 5x, it become minus 3x plus x cube. Therefore, we can write x cube minus 3x. This is the expansion and simplification of this question. Next question, part B. Expand and simplify x plus 5 into x minus 5 into x plus 3. Firstly, we will write x plus 4 as it is. Then we will expand x minus 5 into x plus 3. To expand x plus 5 into x minus 3, we will multiply x into x and then x into 3. We get x squared plus 3x. Next, minus 5 into x, we get minus 5x, minus 5 into 3, and this value become minus 15. And therefore, we can write x plus 4 into x squared minus plus 3x minus 5x, this equal to minus 2x. And minus 15 we write as it is. Next, we will multiply this expression by x. Therefore, we write x into x square is x cube, then x into 2x, it become minus 2x square. Then x into 15, it become minus 15x. Next, we will multiply by 4, we get plus 4x square, and then minus 8x, and then 4 times 15 is 60, we write minus 60. And x cube we write as it is, and this minus 2x square plus 4x square, it become 2x square. Minus 15 minus 8, this value become minus 23x. And next, minus 60 we write as it is. This is the answer. Question 11, the table shows three sequence, complete the table. Look here, the sequence A having these values, we have to write 6th, 10th, and a term. Firstly, we will see the type of sequence. To check the type of sequence, we will take the difference between each term. Look here, the difference from 22 to 28 is minus 6. Next, we will see 16 minus 12. This is also minus 6. And next is minus 6. Last value difference also minus 6. Therefore, the next value difference will be minus 6. And we can write this sixth value minus fifth value is 4 equal to minus 6. Therefore, sixth value will be equal to minus 6 plus 4. This will be equal to minus 2. Next, we have to write the nth term of this sequence. This sequence is a linear sequence because the first difference between sequence is same, and the nth term of linear sequence equal to an plus b. A is the common difference. This is minus 6. We write minus 6 and we write as it is, plus b is the previous value of 28. According to this sequence, it would be 34. Therefore, this value will be equal to 34. Next, sequence B. These are the value of sequence B. Look here, this is 1 over 6, 2 over 7, 3 over 8, 4 over 9. This value you can write in replace of 1 over 2, 5 over 10. We have to write 6 term value, therefore we will write the numerator value. The numerator value you see here, each value when you add 1, you get the next term. Look here, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 3, 4, and next 4 plus 1 is 5, and next value 5 plus 1, you get 6. And same, you can calculate the denominator value. Look here, each value you get by adding 1 in each term. 6 plus 1, 7 plus 1, and next you can calculate 6 term, 10 plus 1, 11. And after mention the sixth term, we have to write nth term. To write nth term, firstly we write the sequence of numerator. Look here, the sequence of numerator is 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. The difference between two terms is 1. Therefore, this is the linear sequence. And we can write the linear sequence according to this formula an plus b. A is the difference 1 and we write as it is. B is the previous value. The previous value would be 0. We write 0. Now 1n is the nth term of the numerator sequence value. Next 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This sequence is also a linear sequence because the difference, first difference is a constant, and we can write the nth term value by using this formula. A is the 1 and we write as it is. B is the previous value. Previous value of this 6 is 5 according to this sequence. Therefore, we can write 1n plus 5, and therefore the numerator nth term value is n and denominator value is n plus 5. And this is 6 term value here is 6 over 11. Next sequence C, 1 over 4, 1 over 2, 1, 2 and 4. Look here, each term you can get if you multiply by 3. Look here, when you multiply 1 over 4 by 2, we get 1 over 2, and then 1 over 2 multiply 2, you get 2, and therefore when each term of the sequence by multiplying a constant value, this is the geometric sequence. The nth term of geometric sequence is AR power n minus 1. And A is the first term, we write 1 over 4. R is the common ratio. Common ratio when you divide two consecutive terms, 1 over 2 when you divide the second term value by first term, you get the answer. This is equal to 1 over 2 into 4 equal to 2. Therefore, 2 is the common ratio. This constant value is the common ratio. You can write this value directly also. And we write n minus 1 as it is. And you can write 1 over 4, 2 power minus 2. And we write 2 power n minus 1 as it is. And this value become 2 power n minus 1 plus minus 2n. And this value equal to 2 power n minus 3 would be the nth term. Next question number 12. Question 12, find the value of k. Look here, you can write this expression 10 power 400 over 10 power 220 multiply 10 power 80. You will add the power when you multiply the exponential value. Look here, 10 power 220 multiply 10 power 80, it becomes 10 power 220 plus 80, and this will be equal to 10 power 400 over 10 power 300. And look here, 10 power 400 divided by 10 power 300, it will be equal to 10 power 400 minus 300 square root, and this value you can write is 10 power 100 square root, and square root means 1 over 2. Therefore, you can write 10 power 100 whole power 1 over 2 in replace of the square root symbol. And you can write this 100 divided by 2, this will be equal to 50, and therefore you can write 10 power 50. And the right side, look here, the right side value is 10 power k. You can write this is 10 power k and this is 10 power k. And look here, the base of left and right side is same. Therefore, we will equalize the power. Therefore, k equal to 50, and this is the answer. Question 13, line L has an equation y equal to 2 into x minus 5. Find the coordinates of the point where line intersects the y-axis. The line intersects the y-axis where the x-coordinate value will be 0. Therefore, we can write x equal to 0 for this equation. This value become y equal to 2 into 0 minus 5, and this value become minus 10. Therefore, the coordinate of the point where L intersects the y-axis, x coordinate is 0, y will be minus 10. Next, part B, find the x-coordinate of the point where line intersects the line y equal to 19. There, look here, the first equation here is 2 into x minus 5, and the second y equal to 19. Therefore, we will substitute this value y in this equation, and the value of y is 19. We write 19 in equal to 2 into x minus 5, and we can write 2x minus 10, and this we shift 10 from right to left, it becomes 19 plus 10 equal to 2x. Therefore, 2x equal to 29 and x equal to 29 over 2, and this will be equal to 14.5, and this is the answer. Part C, the line P is perpendicular to line L. The line L passes through 2, 3. Find the equation of line. Look here, the line L is the equation y equal to 2 into x minus 5. We can write this y equal to 2x minus 10. The gradient of this line m equal to 2. The gradient of perpendicular line to L, this gradient we name it as this gradient m1 and this gradient m2. This will be negative reciprocal of the gradient L. This it become minus 1 over 2 because product of the gradient of given line and the perpendicular line equal to minus 1. Therefore, the perpendicular line gradient will be minus 1 over m1. It means negative reciprocal of the given line. We have to calculate the equation of given line y equal to mx plus c. Here m is equal to perpendicular line gradient m here is minus 1 over 2. Therefore, we write minus 1 over 2x plus c. And this line passes through point 23. Therefore, we can write this in replace of y, we write 3, and minus 1 over 2 we write as it is, x is 2, and 2 would be cancelled, and minus 1 we shift from right to left, it becomes 3 plus 1, and c will be equal to 4, and therefore this equation become y equal to m here is minus 1 over 2, and x we write as it is plus c is 4, and therefore, and this is the answer. Question 14, just invest $1,400 in an account. This pays compound interest at a rate of R% per year. End of 4 year, the value her investment is 1,523.15. Find the value of R. Look here, we have to calculate the value of R. We can calculate the value of R by using the compound interest formula. The compound interest formula A equal to T into 1 plus R over 100 whole power T. A is the amount after T here, P is the investment amount, R is the rate. We will substitute the value. A, we write 1523.15, P 1400 into 1 plus R we have to calculate, and T is 4, and we can write this 1523.15 our 1400 equal to 1 plus R our 100 whole power 4, and this value will be equal to 1523.15 divided by 1400. This value is 1.08, and we have to calculate the value of R. Therefore, we will take the fourth root on both sides, and this value will be equal to 1.0213. We write 1.0213, and this is 1 plus R over 100. Fourth root will be cancelled. Therefore, we can write R over 100 equal to 1.0213 minus 1. This is 0.0213. R will be equal to 0.0213 multiplied by 100, and this value will be equal to 2.13%. This is the rate of the question number 14. Question number 15, m is inversely proportional to the square root of t plus 2, m 0.5, t 23, find m when t equal to 98. Look here, this is m is inversely proportional to square root of t plus 2. We write m inversely proportional square root t plus 2. We can write this equation m equal to k over square root t plus 2. K is the proportionality constant. And with look here, the value of m here is 0.5. K we write as it is, and t here is 23 plus 2 square root. Therefore, the value of k will be equal to 0.5 over square root 25, and this will be equal to 5. K over 5 equal to 0.5. K will be equal to 2.5, and we can write this equation m equal to 2.5 over square root t plus 2, and we can write 2.5 over t is 98, and plus 2 we write as it is, and square root. Therefore, this value equal to 2.5 square root 100, and square root 100 is 10. We can write this 0.25. This is the value of m. Question 16. By shading unwanted region, draw and label the region which satisfy these inequalities. Look here, these are three inequalities. We have to mention the region of these three inequalities. To mention the region, first inequality, we will draw a line y is equal to 3. Look here, this line will be the y equal to 3. And the region is will be downward region because y is less than 3. Therefore, unwanted region we will shade upward. But this region is y is less than 3. Therefore, we have to draw the dotted line. To draw the dotted line, here this is the dotted line parallel to x-axis and passes through the y-axis from 3, and this dotted line for y is less than 3, and the region will be downward region, unwanted region. Therefore, we will shade upward, and therefore this is the downward region for inequality y less than 3. Next inequality, x is less than equal to 2. For this inequality, we have to draw a line parallel to y-axis and passes through the x-axis at 2, x equal to 2. And this is the line x equal to 2, and the region on the left side would be x is less than 2, and the region on right side, this region would be x is greater than 2. So unwanted region we will shade, therefore right side we will shade. Next inequality, y is less than x plus 3. Again, to mention the region y is less than x plus 3, firstly we will draw the equation of line y equal to x plus 3. To draw the equation of line y equal to x plus 3, we will take some values of x here, and against these value we will calculate the value of y. We take some values of x, minus 2, 0, 2. The value of y will be minus 2 plus 3, 1, 0 plus 3, 3, 2 plus 3, 5. And these are the points against these values. And we will mark the points here. This is minus 2, 1, and this is 0, 3. 0 is the when x coordinate is 0, the point lie on the y-axis, because the on y-axis all x coordinate 0. Therefore, we mention this is 0, 3. Next point 2, 5. This is 2, and this position is 5. We will mark this point 2, 5, and we will join these points. We get the straight line. And this straight line we have to mention y is less than x plus 3, therefore the downward region will be the wanted region. Unwanted region, it will be upward region. We will shade this, and this is unwanted region, and this is the region of these three inequalities. Question number 17. Question 17, in the Venn diagram, shade the A union B intersection C dash. Firstly, we will mark the C dash. Look here, outside C, this region is C dash or C dash, and this is outside. And next is A union B. A union B will be the region that we will mention by cross. Look here, these are A union B region. And for intersection A union B intersection C dash, we will shade the region where both tick are present. Look here, both cross and crack tick present here, we will shade. This is the region we will shade. And this will be the A union intersection C dash. Question 18, the diagram shows a solid cuboid having side length 4.5, 8, and 13.2 centimeter. Calculate the volume of cuboid. The volume of cuboid formula is length multiplied by width multiplied by height. Look here, length is 13.2, width is 4.5, height is 8. We can calculate this value, and this value is equal to 13.2 multiplied by 4.5 multiplied by 8. This will be equal to 47.52. So we write 47.52 centimeter cube is the answer. Question 18, part B, calculate surface area of cuboid. The formula of surface area of cuboid is 2 times of LW plus 2 times of WH plus LH. Here the length is 13.2, width here is 4.5, and width 4.5, height is 8, and length is 13.2, and height is 8. And we can calculate the value by using the calculator. Look here, 2 times of 13.2 into 4.5 plus 4.5 into 8 plus 13.2 into 8, and this value equal to 402, and we write 402 centimeter square is the answer. Next, calculate the angle between AB and horizontal base. Look here, this is the length AB and the base here is, this is the base. And for the base, we will draw a diagonal of the base. This is the diagonal. And to calculate the, firstly, to calculate the angle between this base and AB, we will calculate this diagonal length. We name it as AC. And this is the point we D. And we will calculate the length AC. And look here, this is the cuboid, and therefore the base is rectangular, and this angle will be 90 degree, and therefore this triangle will be right angle triangles ADC, and we can calculate the length AC by using Pythagoras theorem. And this Pythagoras theorem is AC square equal to base square plus perpendicular square. Here is the base is AD, and this is 13.2 square plus perpendicular is 4.5 square equal to AC square. We take the square root on both sides. AC equal to 13.2 square plus 4.5 square whole square root, and we can calculate. And look here, 13.2 square plus 4.5 square root, this value equals to 13.945. And we have to calculate the angle ABC. Look here, this triangle ABC is also a right angle triangle. We will draw here this right angle triangle ABC. BC is 8 centimeter, AC is 13.94. We can calculate the angle ABBAC, and this angle we have to calculate. And here are two sides in this triangle given. This is the opposite side of the angle we mention here, and this is the adjacent side of the triangle. And by using this trigonometric ratio, opposite our adjacent, that would be equal to tan this angle BAC. And this equal to 8 hours 13.945, and this will be equal to tan inverse 8 over 13.945, and this will be equal to this tan inverse into 8 over 13.945. This will be equal to 29.8, and this is the angle between AB and base, and this is the answer. Question 19. The plant shows some information about the height of 200 plants. Draw a cumulative frequency diagram to show this information. Look here, this is the graph, and we have to draw cumulative frequency diagram. Cumulative frequency diagram, it is the graph between upper class boundary and the cumulative frequency. Here the upper class boundary, and these values are upper class boundary. These are height of the plant, and cumulative frequency here are on y-axis. Look here, the on y-axis the scale here is, look here, these 10 small scale equal to 40 plants. Therefore, one small scale will be equal to 40 over 10. This will be equal to 4 plants. And now we will mention the height and cumulative frequency value on this graph. Look here, the first value is h is less than equal to 30 and cumulative frequency is 6. Here this is 30 and this position is the 6 because one small scale is 4 unit. Therefore, the middle of 8 and 4 would be 6. Therefore, we will mark the point here. Next value here is 40 to 42. Look here, this is the position 40 and this position center of 44 and 40, this would be 42. And therefore, we will mark this position 42 here. Next is 50 and cumulative frequency 76. This is the position 50, and this position is 80, and this position would be 76 because one small square equal to 4. Therefore, we will draw the point in this position. Next value here is 60 to 170. Look here, this is position 60 and 170. This position 160, next 164, 168, and the middle of the value, it would be 170. Position will be 170. The next value here is 70 and cumulative frequency is 90. Look here, 70, this is the position 70. Look here, this is 196, this position is 192, and this is 188. The middle of this value is 190. Therefore, we will mark the point from 70, we will draw a vertical line, and from 190, we will draw a horizontal line where both intersect. This will be the position of 190. Last H is equal to 80 and cumulative frequency is 200. Look here, this is 80 and this is 200. We will draw horizontal line from this and vertical line from 80. Both meet this position 80 and 200. Look here, this is 30 to 6 and we will mark 20. The value we will take 0. When height is 20, there is no plant mentioned here of height 20, therefore we will mark 0. Next, we will join all these points. Look here, by joining these points, we get a cumulative frequency curve. And this is the graph of cumulative frequency. Next, find and estimate 75th percentile. Look here, part B, find and estimate the 75th percentile. The 75th percentile is the 75 over 100 of total value. Total value here are 200 plant. And the answer is 150. The 150th plant height will be the 75th percentile. Look here, this is the value is 150, 156, this is 152, and the middle of 152 and 148, this is the middle of 152 and 48. This position will be 150. Now the height of 150th plant. For this, we will draw a horizontal line from 150. This horizontal line where meets the graph, and we see the value of height against this intersecting point. We will draw a vertical line. This vertical line meets the graph at position. This is 59 and this is 58, and middle of 58 and 59, we mark this value is 58 centimeter is the 75th percentile. Therefore, the answer of 75th percentile is 58. Question 20, Stephen has two bags, bag A and B, containing red and yellow sweets. Only he picks two sweets at random, one from bag A, other from bag B. The probability of Stephen picks a red sweet from bag A is 3/5. The probability that Stephen picks a red sweet from bag A and red sweet from bag B is 2/15. Find the probability that a red sweet from bag B. Look here, the probability of red sweet from bag A, the probability of RA, this is 3/5. And we have to calculate probability of red sweet from bag B. We represent P of R B, and we have to calculate this value. Here, the probability of red sweet from bag A and red sweet from bag B we represent by P of R A into P of R B. That will be equal to 2 over 15, and here this value is 3 over 5 multiplied by probability of red sweet from bag B equal to 2 over 15, and this value will be equal to P of RB. This will be equal to 2 over 15 and 3 over 5. When we shift from left side to right side, it becomes 5 over 3, and this value 5 times 3 is 15, and therefore this value becomes 2 over 9, and 2 over 9 is the answer. Part B, find the probability. Stephen picks a yellow sweet from bag A and yellow sweet from B. Look here, firstly we will mention here uh, red sweet and yellow sweets, and here the bag A, and this is bag B. The probability of red sweet of bag A 3 over 5, and next probability of red sweet from bag B, this is 2 over 9, and the probability of yellow sweet of bag A, this will be equal to 1 minus 3 over 5, because the total probability of red and yellow sweet of bag A, this will be equal to 1. Therefore, we can calculate this value by subtracting the probability of red sweet from 1. We get 5 minus 3 over 5. This will be equal to 2 over 5. And next, probability of yellow sweet from bag B. Again, we can calculate this value by subtracting the 2 over 9 from 1. This value become 1 minus 2 over 9. This value equal to 7 over 9. The probability of yellow sweet from bag A and yellow sweet from bag B, this will be equal to probability of YA into probability of YB. This will be equal to 2 over 5 into 7 over 9, and this will be equal to 14 over 45. This is the probability of yellow sweet from bag A and yellow sweet from bag B. This is the answer. Question number 21. The diagram shows an equilateral triangle ABC with all sides length 12 centimeter. A and P is a sector of circle center A and lies on AC such that A and ratio NC equal to 2 ratio 1. P lies on AB such that AP ratio PB equal to 2 ratio 1. Calculate area of this shaded region. Look here, the area of this shaded region will be equal to area of the triangle ABC minus area of sector A and P, and the area of triangle ABC equal to 1 over 2 product of two adjacent lengths and sine of angle between them. 1 over 2 into AB into AC into sine of angle between them. This, look here, the each angle of equilateral triangle is 60 degree. Therefore, the angle between AC and AB is 60 degree. We write sine 60 minus area of sector equal to theta over 360 multiply pi r square. Here theta is 60 and 360 we write it as it is. Pi into r. R is the length of this radius of sector A and P. Here the radius will be AP. We write AP square. And we write 1 over 2 AB into AC into sine 60. Here the length AB and AC equal to 12 centimeter because this is equilateral triangle. Therefore, all side length will be equal. Here the length is 12. We write 12 into 12 into sine 60. And the length AP, firstly we have to calculate this length. According to this ratio, AP ratio PB equal to 2 ratio 1. Therefore, according to this ratio, we can write this AP equal to given ratio to our total ratio is 3 multiplied by total length. Total length here is 12. Therefore, 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 2 is 8. By using this formula, given ratio, our sum of ratio multiplied by total length. And according to this value will be equal to 8 centimeter. We write here is AP is 8 and this is 1 over 6. Therefore, we write 1 over 6 pi into 8 and this is equal to 72 into sine 60. Look here, 1 over 6 into pi is AP, here is 8, we write 8 square, and this will be equal to 72 into sine 60 minus 3.142 multiplied by 8 square. 8 square is 64 divided by 6. The answer is 28.83. Therefore, this value equal to 28.84 centimeter square is the answer. Question 22. A metal cube has a mass 14.2 gram correct to one decimal place. Find the lower bound of the mass of the cube. Look here, this is the accuracy is one decimal place and the error of this value will be 1 over 2. This is equal to 0.5. And the mass here is 14.2 gram and this lower bound value we write m into lower bound equal to 14.2 minus 0.5. We will subtract the error from the given value. This value will be equal to 14.15 gram. This is the answer. Part B. The side length of cube is 1.3 centimeter. Correct to one decimal place. Calculate the upper bound of the density of the metal. The formula of density mass divided by volume. We can write mass over volume. And therefore, the upper bound density will be equal to mass upper bound over volume lower bound. According to this, the mass of upper bound will be value of mass 14.2 plus error. Error is 0.5. We write 14.25 and this is 14.25 is the mass. Next, volume of cube. Look here, the volume here is lower bound. We will take volume lower bound will be equal to length lower bound whole cube and the length lower bound value will be equal to given value here is 1.3 minus error. Error here is the accuracy is one decimal place, therefore error will be 1/2 of this value is 0.5. We write here 1.3 minus 0.5. This value will be equal to 1.25 and this is 1.25 whole cube and we write density equal to 14.25 over 1.25 whole cube and this will be equal to 7.296 and we write here 7.296 is the upper bound of the density. This is the answer. Question number 23. The diagram shows a frustum made by removing a small cone from a large cone. Height of the small cone is 7.5 centimeter. Height of frustum is 4.5 centimeter. Radius of large cone is 4.2 centimeter. Work out the volume of frustum. The volume of first term equal to the volume of large cone minus volume of small cone. And we represent the radius of large cone by capital R, radius of small cone by small r, height of large cone capital H, and height of small cone is small h. Here the radius is 4.2 of large cone and the radius of small cone is not given. Height of large cone, look here, this is the height of large cone and this height will be equal to height of small cone, this is 7.5 plus height of first term, this is 4.5, and therefore the height of large cone will be equal to 12 centimeter and the height of small cone is 7.5. And we can calculate the radius of small cone by using the similarity property. When two shapes are similar, then the corresponding side ratio will be equal. Here the radius of small cone is small r and the radius of large cone is capital R will be equal to height of small cone over height of large cone. This is the similarity property and here the radius r we write as it is. Capital R is 4.2, small h is 7.5 and this is capital H is 12 and we can write this R equal to 7.5 over 12 multiplied by 4.2. This will be equal to 2.625 and we have to calculate volume of first term. This is volume of large cone minus volume of small cone. Volume of cone formula is 1 over 3 pi r square h. Therefore, the volume of large cone minus small cone, this will be equal to 1 over 3 pi capital R square into h for volume of large cone and volume of small cone. This is 1 minus 1 over 3 pi r square h. We will take common 1 over 3 pi. This is r square h minus small r square h and this will be equal to 1 over 3 pi into capital R is 4.2 square into height here is capital H. This is 12 minus radius of small cone is minus 2.625 multiply square multiply height is 7.5 and this value will be equal to 167.57. We write 160.557 cubic centimeter and 3 as a value. This will be equal to 168 cubic centimeter. This is the answer. Question 24. The histogram shows information about the distance some people travel to work. Part A, use the histogram to complete the table. The distance here 0 to 5 kilometer. We have to calculate the number of people who travel the distance from 0 to 5 kilometer. To calculate the number of people who travel the distance 0 to 5 kilometer, we will take the area of this bar from 0 to 5 kilometer. Look here, the area of this bar will be equal to base into height. This length, this is the width of this bar is 5 and the height of this bar, look here, this is 2.8. Therefore, 5 into 2.8, this will be equal to 14. The number of people who travel the distance 0 to 5 kilometer would be 14 people. Next, we have to calculate number of people who travel the distance 5 to 20 kilometer. We will take the area from area of the bar against the interval 5 to 20. Look here, here are two bars. This is the first bar and this is the second bar. The area of first bar Width here is 5, height here is 3.4. This is 3.4, and we write 5 into 3.4 plus, next, this width is 10 and the height here is 2, 10 into 2, and therefore this will be equal to 17 plus 20, and there are 37 people who travel the distance from 5 to 20 kilometer. Next, we have to calculate the number of people who travel the distance from 20 to 50 kilometer. Look here, 20 to 50 kilometer, here are two bars. This is the first and second. We will take the area of this first bar. The width here is 10, height here is 1.6. Therefore, we write 10 into 1.6 plus area of the last bar, width is 20 and height here is, look here, the height here is 0.4. Therefore, we write 20 into 0.4, and this value become 16 plus 8, and this will be equal to 24, and 24 people who travel distance from 20 to 50 kilometer. This is the answer. Next question, question number 24, part B. The people who travel a distance greater than 35 kilometer work have a car allowance. Calculate, estimate the number of these people who have a car allowance. Look here, firstly we will calculate the area. This is the position of 35, and we will mark this position 35, and this bar will be the number of people who travel the distance greater than 35, and we will take the area, and this area is equal to the width into height. Width here is 15, height here is 0.4. Therefore, we write the total number of people who travel distance greater than 35. This will be equal to 15 into 0.4. This will be equal to 6 people, and this is the answer. Question 25, part A, sketch the graph of y equal to sin x for values of x 0 to 360. To sketch the graph, we will take some values of x from 0 to 360. Here the value of x 0, 90, 180, 270 and 360. The value of y here will be equal to sin x, and sin 0 is 0, sin 90 is 1, sin 180 is 0, sin 270 minus 1, sin 360 0. We will mark the value here. Firstly, we will mark the value of x. Here is middle of 0 to 360 is 180, middle of 180 to 0 is 90, middle of 180 to 360 is 270. Then we will mark 0, 0. This position is 0, 0, 90 and 1. This is 90 on x-axis, y is 1 on y-axis. Therefore, this is y-axis value 1. Therefore, we will mark this position 91. Next, 180, 0, 0, y coordinate is 0 and x coordinate is 180. The point on x-axis, y coordinate always 0 and x coordinate has some value. This is 180, 0, and we will mark this position. Next is 270 minus 1. This is 270. This position is minus 1, and we will mark this position here. For 270 and minus 1, last value is 360, 0. Therefore, y coordinate is 0. Therefore, on x-axis, we will mark the point where x is 360 and y is 0. Now we will join these points and we get the graph, and this is the graph of y equal to sin x. Next part, we equal solve the equation 2 plus sin x equal to 1. Look here, 5 sin x will be equal to 1 minus 2, and 5 sin x equal to minus 1, and sin x equal to minus 1 over 5. And look here, the value of sin x is negative. To calculate the value of x, firstly we will take the value of sin x equal to positive value. X will be equal to sine inverse 1 over 5, and this value equal to sine inverse 1 over 5. This will be equal to 11.5. We write here is 11.5 degree. And look here, we have to calculate the value sine x equal to minus 1 over 5. Firstly, we mark the position y equal to sin x equal to 1 over 5. Look here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this position is 1 over 5. And here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, this is negative 1 over 5. Look here, the sine, this sine x equal to 1 over 5, and it means y equal to 1 over 5. And this is the straight line at this position where the graph and line intersect. This graph and line intersect. The value of x degree here is 11.5 degree. And we have to calculate the angle sin x equal to negative 1 over 5. We will draw a line which passes through the y-axis. After drawing this line y equal to minus 1 over 5 here, this line intersects the graph at these points. At these 2 points, the coordinate of x will be the solution of this equation sin x equal to minus 1 over 5. And for this value, we see the value of x here. Look here, the value of the distance from 0 to this point for value of sin x is 1 over 5 is 11.5 degree. Therefore, this distance from 180 to that point is 11.5. Therefore, this value is 180 plus 11.5. The distance from 360 to that position is 11.5. Therefore, the angle at this position will be 360 minus 11.5. Therefore, we write here the value of x equal to 180 plus 11.5, or x equal to 360 minus 11.5, and this is 191.5, and this is 348.5. This is the answer. Question 26. The diagram shows a quadrilateral with diagonal meeting at T, OX 3A, OY 12B. Find XY in terms of A and B. Look here, the XY length, this is the XY vector, and we have to calculate the vector XY, and this vector will be equal to OY minus OX. And OY here is 12B, and OX here is 3A, and therefore this is the vector F 12B minus 3A. Next, part B, XT ratio TY equal to 1 ratio 2, YP equal to 5A minus 2B, and find the ratio OT ratio TP. And we have to calculate the ratio OT our TP. Firstly, we will calculate OT. Look here, the length OT here is equal to OY plus YT. And here the OY is 12B, and YT here, YT we can write this minus TY, and this TY we can calculate by ratio. Look here, the ratio here is given Ty, our xt ratio is 2 ratio 1, and Ty, our xy ratio will be equal to 2 over 3. Therefore, Ty equal to 2 over 3 into xy. Xy here is 12b minus 3a, and we take the common 3. Therefore, this value become 2 over 3 into 3, 4b minus a. And this value will be equal to 3 would be cancelled, become 8b minus 2a. We write 12b minus 8b minus 2a, and this will be equal to 12b minus 8b plus 2a, and this will be equal to 4b plus 2a, and 2 is a common, we write 2b plus a. And next we will calculate the length t vector tp. This is vector tp, this is tp vector, and tp vector we can write this ty plus yp. Therefore, we write tp equal to ty plus yp, and we use this head to tail rule method. And ty here is, this is ty value 8b minus 2a. We write 8b minus 2a, and yp, look here, this is 5a minus 2b, and this value equal to 8b minus 2b, 6b plus 3a, and 3 is a common, we write 2b plus a, and this is the tp value. Therefore, we write here the ratio ot ratio tp, and this ot value here is, this is ot value, this value is 2 into 2b plus a, and tp value here is 3 into 2b plus a. Look here, this is ot value and this is tp value, and a 2b plus a should be cancelled, therefore 2 over 3, and the ratio is 2 ratio 3, and this is the answer.